touchback. Luck on first down. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right at it.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's third down now.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Well, he's going to go for it all. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Nick Foles, the man that the Jags are hoping can get them over the hump in 2019. Super Bowl MVP a couple of seasons ago. Made 7 starts if you include the playoffs for the Eagles last year, winning 5 of them. Foles and the Jags come up now first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Go! Hey, Steve 6.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike 41. We got to wedge that.
He's tired of me.
Here we go.
There's Foles. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And an alley to run. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out.
We play to win.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Foles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody to run him down from the backside?
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guy.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 16th touchdown of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
Luck now to throw. Funches with a catch over the middle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. And they got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
A throw by Luck complete to his tight end, Ebron. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And here are the Colts offensive starters.
Anthony Costanzo is a former first-round pick who's just quietly gone about his business of trying to be the best tackle he can. Good footwork, lots of grit and determination, and he works hard each and every game trying to keep his quarterback clean and help move some people in the run game.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Back to throw. Luck. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
Let's get a little bit bigger light shined right here because we're talking about 2 guys. Cornerbacks Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye. Maybe the best tandem in the NFL. Both physically able to dominate receivers. They're textbook examples of shutdown corners. Collectively, they allowed only 2 touchdowns the entire 2018 season.
Here's Luck. They'll run the screen with Mack. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
That's to his running back, complete.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his legs, maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Hey, go, sound good, sound good.
Check, go get him, go get him, go get him.
Let's go.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
3 butt.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3. Down to hit.
Foles. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
On first down, they'll start out with Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Luck. Rodgers brings it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mack. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd and goal. Luck. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Antoine Woods able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Luck. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. Man, this gets blown up. They'll lose yardage.
They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On second down, here's Fournette. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Watch the pass.
Six. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder that coming up later tonight, a good one on Sunday Night Football. We'll see what could have been a playoff matchup a season ago. The Bears and the Rams from L.A. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football from down in Mexico. Mexico City, to be precise. The Chiefs and the Chargers going at it.
Monday.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Ebron's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Single. 12 mine.
A shotgun snap for Locke. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. Ebron with it over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more on that one, and another first down. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa, and it's an early lead there for the Saints. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Foles. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And it'll bring up third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And finding Keelan Cole. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
On second down and 4. Foles. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now McCoy. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on second and goal.
Check 4, check 37.
They get it to him running left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement.
Got them back 5.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the gun, here's Locke. Ebron caught left side. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Locke. This goes out right to Doyle. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Locke. Funches has it complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation? Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's Mike.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3.
Now Leonard Fournette. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Foles. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 22-yard line. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike. I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. LaShawn McCoy hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion, felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? From the 27, Luck. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, run. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. So now Luck is going to bring the Colts up here to go for the two-point try. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
A pass complete here to Conley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Watch the ship.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. Quincy Wilson in on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Watch 98. 98 for Mike.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. A gain there of 21 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Pierre Desir in on the stop. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Back. Yes. Tighten up.
third down, Fournette. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you said 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Luck and the Colts come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Luck under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Miles Jack with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. Throwing his lock. Caught left side by Hilton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 24 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Luck's pass caught by Funchess. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On first down, it's Long. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. Past the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. So now Luck is going to bring the Colts up here to go for the 2-point try. Throwing again is Luck. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And did he get the football to break the play? No, he did not. They'll say he's out of bounds shy of the goal line, and they'll be denied on the 2-point conversion. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. And the ball is knocked out, and the Colts pick it up. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. The 4th quarter, they felt. Like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
180. Let's go. Great.
Game situation. Let's go. Hey, switch gears.
Let's go.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Easy.
Man, I got you. Clock.
They go again with Collins.
Let's go, brother.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
On first down, it's Collins. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They run with Collins. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Let's go, baby.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Into the hands of Lee on the jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Luck on first down. Short little throw to Ebron. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Luck. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.